Is it live? We're live. Yes. Woohoo! Season finale. Here. We
So,
made it to the end. The Bible says, he that endured to the end. The
with the end
same.
of this beginning.
I like what the latter house will be greater than the,
Yeah.
I like that.
It's actually
What?
gonna be it's gonna be greater for us than for them, but it's all good.
The latter house, you ain't never heard that scripture, the latter will be greater than the former?
Yes, I
Yeah.
heard him.
Okay.
I was just
Oh, you
like,
said what? Like you ain't know. I'm finna say, now, Nikki, now I know you know that one. Now. I don't know a lot of scripture neither, but now that one can preach. Okay. Welcome to the season 2 finale of Talk About It Thursday. I'm Argiana Latrice. It's been 2 seasons now. You should know my name. We got Nakia over here with the lime green head. If this camera can get on her, why is my phone acting? Okay. Got Nakia over here. There she go. And we got our main man, Elliot, holding it down for the fellas. And our special guest. Hey, boo.
Hey, how you doing?
hey,
How
girl.
you doing?
I'm all right. I'm okay.
Good.
You live to fight another day?
Yes, to fight another day. Yes.
Yes. Glory be to God. All right.
Glory be to God.
How was y'all's day? Y'all had a good day? Everybody cool? Everybody good? What y'all did?
Yeah, my day was extra funny, but
Uh,
I'm always here for that.
Nikki, you always got something to laugh about.
Always. Like, it's like my life or something. Sometimes I gotta laugh to keep from crying, I guess.
That's how it is. That is exactly how it is. Elliot, what's up with you? How's
Everything's
school?
um first week of school hit me like a ton of bricks, yo. I'm not ready for this.
Looking to the grand light. I got 2 projects due Sunday evening. I ain't started on neither one. After this show, I'm probably gonna get into bed.
Son.
Get your life.
I'm tired, man. This new job here, these 8:30 to 5:30s, it is really killing me because I have to get up after 6. My job is like 30 minutes away from me, but it takes me a long time to get ready, so I'm
Well,
up early.
thank God I'm not in school anymore. Praise the Lord.
We go online though. That's the thing. We stressing about online. What if we was okay?
I'm just glad I don't have to turn in no work. Don't have to read for no class. I can read comic books and everything
Watch
else.
out. The TV you want to. Your weekends belong to you. My
Yeah.
weekends still belong to me too, but it's the principle.
Well, listen, I tried to
I'm
do
just
some.
trying to get this paper, that's all. Like, leave me alone.
I'm trying to get this paper too, Elliot, but I'm still out here struggling undergrad, so
Oh,
my it
wow.
doesn't. Your struggle does not compare to my struggle, so I can't feel you where you're coming from.
I told my mama, I said, after this one here, I might tell everybody y'all got it.
Right after this undergrad degree, y'all got it. Shoot, I'm still out here doing baby work. I can't even imagine.
after after this master's, because my mama was saying, are you gonna go further? You gonna get your doctorate? Ma'am, listen, y'all got it. I think I'm gonna quit after this. I'm
Yeah,
already buried in loans.
I
I
thought
mean,
about seminary, but I don't know.
if the Lord say something else, that the only person I'm gonna take some advice from. I ain't following up with nobody and mess around and end up in trouble.
I
Like,
just want to be a theologian so I can be in like really high debates and be like, well, that's not what the Bible said. Let
honey,
me exegete this text for you.
exegete. That's right. You better exegete, exegete, exegete.
That's so true.
I'm sorry, y'all. Me and the kids stupid. Y'all know we crazy. And this is how me and the kids talk to each other every day. Like this. We crazy.
Y'all, Nakia Snapchat today. She looked just like an evangelist in her Snapchat. Like,
Oh
I'm
no, not the
No, I
evangelist.
need to know what her Snapchat is.
look,
It is Nakia C.
How you spell it?
she
NEKIA C.
hair all back, smiling and everything. Like, and also we have the season finale. I'll talk about it Thursday tonight, 7:30. I hope you're watching. What? Stop.
Honey.
Listen, because the devil thought he had me. But I wanted to serve notice on the devil that all sickness is not unto death. Ha!
You so stupid.
Ridiculous.
So I was like, listen, rejoice with those who rejoice. Because this cold almost took me out of here.
Yes.
Amen.
Testify, children. Testify.
They don't want me to, Audrey. They don't want me to.
Testify, children. You know, it's testifying service. They tell you testify, children. Testify.
Amen.
Oh, Lord. We didn't even ask God again. How do you pronounce your name again?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Devon.
Devon.
I
Okay.
was right.
I was about to say Devon.
Because they capital B.
That capital B, baby. That's it. That's it.
You crazy. How was your day? What's up with you?
Well, I'm packing. So I might not be able to be here the whole time because I'm getting packed to move. We're moving homes. So I have lots of packing to do because we have to be into the new house by the 1st of August. And, you know, I work this weekend, so part of this weekend. So I have to get things done today. So I work tomorrow.
Well, just tip up, just tip out. Raise your finger and tip out when you.
I will. I most certainly will. Cause
Listen,
yeah, I got
Jabez prayed and said, ask the Lord to enlarge his territory. So you getting bigger and better, right?
right. Moving on up, changing things. It's great. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, well, we ain't going to take too much time. Y'all know any current events besides the Confederate flag is coming down at 10 a.m. tomorrow at the State House in Columbia, in South Carolina.
Renew some. Shout out to
Let's take a trip, Audrey.
Girl, I got to work tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. I forgot you work on Friday. I'm sorry. You got an adult job now. I'm sorry. I
an
forgot.
adult job. I ain't got no girl. Ugh.
Forgot you got an adult job.
You'll be watching it on TV, though.
Well, the only current event I got is this beard trying to come in, though.
Flourish.
Listen, there's Drake can get one, right?
I'm just trying to make it before
Get
the
closer.
era.
We can't tell. Get closer. We can't tell. We
You
can't
see
really.
that right there?
Oh, okay. Like.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I see. I
I see a little stubble. Okay.
It's getting there. It's
God
getting there.
gonna increase in this season.
I just hope before it ends, before the beard era ends, that I get to at least sport it one time.
Well, no shave. You got plenty of time before No Shave November, so I think you're gonna be okay.
Right.
I think you're gonna be fine. Now you might get clowned under this hashtag because John going in on all of us.
Wait a minute. Let me look.
Well, he went in on Devon, but me.
Because you don't know me yet. I'm about to say, you can't be going up on me and we ain't even been formally introduced. Oh my God.
Okay, any other current events? What else is going on before we get into this discussion? Nothing. Drea got dumped.
Oh, yeah.
That ain't really news though, but Drea wasn't even engaged. She bought her own. Oh God, she bought her own.
No, what you said that was poo poo.
That was poo poo.
Yeah.
Okay.
He said that was BS. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Well, Bill Cosby making all kind of confessions now. I my head start hurting.
Oh no, right? It's from before. It's from years ago. It's the deposition from years ago, though, right?
2005 or something like that?
Yeah, 2006, 2005. That's what it's from. It's from what he said years ago.
Whew, I don't know. Bill Cosby.
OJ did it. That's all I got to say about it.
Man, listen, Bill Cosby, they done took his little statue down from the Disney place. Lord, Bill.
They not playing with him.
I didn't even know there was a statue out there.
They looking at Bill like, nigga, you thought.
You know.
We're taking the statue down.
No, sorry, Bob.
We been put up there. Then you got Jared from Subway collecting.
Yeah.
What is wrong with the land?
I better pray for people. He gained his weight back and he loses his mind. And
Right, clearly.
Jesus, the struggle.
Lord, little Jerry is collecting child porn. Now, you know, I really have to kill somebody. This is why I don't need children, because my mind ain't two together now. And then I find out somebody touching my child, doing things to my children. Oh, God. Saints, pray, because I'm getting locked up like Paul and Silas. I'm getting locked
Bad.
I ain't getting locked up. I'm going to jail. Shackle me. That's a sentence I'll be proud to take. Okay, what else is going on? Nothing. Did Serena win? Is she still playing, or what's she doing?
She made it to the next round. She got one more round. She made it to the finals, I think. Yeah, that sounds right. Somebody.
Yes, that black girl magic, Melody
Black
be popping.
girl.
You out.
You Nikki is crazy. The U.S. women's soccer team, they won.
We don't care about the white girls.
Well, I'm just saying
I'm
as far as
like-
girls power is concerned.
Oh, Lord. Yes.
Y'all.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
With all the racial tension going on, anything that the kid says is not a reflection of Talk About It Thursday. These are her personal opinions.
Oh, God.
These are her personal opinions.
These are my personal opinions. I am not here for the mayo today. I'm sorry.
This is not a personal reflection on the show. We do not stand for racism, although Black Lives Matter. But still,
All lives matter. Psych.
I
mean, they do, but it's the black ones that keep dying. But anyway.
Listen, Nikki, I destroy my brain. Keep my mouth shut. Not about to have me under.
Right.
I know, like, they don't come in my mentions like, you're racist. I'm like, I'm not racist. Black people can't be racist. We can be prejudiced, we can't be racist.
Nikki gonna be like,
They dead.
Audrey Elliott, help me.
Help me!
And I'm like,
I'm like, let me call my lawyer right quick, because clearly I didn't cash the check. I didn't wrote a check my mouth can't cash.
I ain't lying. I like how you substituted your words too. God is working in you.
Oh yes! You caught that?
Yes, I caught it.
He's doing a mighty work.
Yes,
And I mean, he is working expeditiously.
It don't take God all day, girl.
Because he will do it suddenly. Okay. I'm going to quit that with y'all.
Stupid. Okay, y'all. Okay. That's all the current events we know of. We ain't getting deep into everything because, as you can...
Wilson.
Who?
Russell Wilson in his booth. Yeah.
Yes. To Russell Wilson.
Yes. Purity. Holiness of hell. Yes.
And just a
Holiness.
You better do
shameless plug.
Right. It never was wrong. Oh, sorry, Elliot. Go ahead.
Shameless plug. The Young Kings of World Manhood TV will be back next week, and we'll be discussing Russell Wilson and manhood in the church. Just want to let you guys know.
Okay.
Next week. Next Wednesday.
I mean, that's cute or whatever. All right. Royal Manhood. Shout out to the Young Kings of Royal Manhood. BJ and John. And Corey, he don't never come in, but Corey is part of it. And who else y'all be having up there? Sometimes Ashton.
No one told Ashton to go get a job. Like, no one told him to go get a promotion.
His bill told him to go get a job. What you mean?
Don't he live at home? What bill?
It don't matter.
I live at home. You know what? You ain't gonna talk about Ashton later.
Hey, that's my man.
He's not even here to defend himself.
Oh, God, you crazy. Nikki.
Hey, Ashton, my man, yo. Shout out to Ashton. He ain't watching because he's been doing promotion. He's been doing his good deeds, his good work. He's been faithful to the little.
Nikki is still laughing.
I felt some type of way because I'm out here rent.
Ashton, look, Lord, Elliot is upset by Ashley getting him another job, ain't it? Jesus.
No, man,
Lord, you
but
know
much
what?
love to him.
John is going in on everybody. I think it was nice that all jokes aside, I think it was nice that Russell did that because in a society where it's just glorified, to see somebody having a standard, that's like refreshing because when you say celibacy and abstinence in this generation, people just act like you got a book on your nose or something. Like, why you want to do that, nigga? I ain't want to get pregnant. I ain't want no disease. I don't want no soul tie that I can't afford right now. Like, no. I'm saving myself. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
That's good.
And plus, I think it's a good way for Sierra to start over because this stuff with Future,
Yeah.
they clowning her real bad with the stuff with Future. They say Future work was whack when they was together and all kind of other stuff. But, okay. That's all the announcements. Govern yourselves accordingly. What was I gonna say? Oh, if you're watching, of course, if you're watching, tell a friend, tweet it, shout out the show, use the hashtag, talk about it Thursday, and let everybody know we're live right now and we're talking about a serious topic that is affecting the youth today, especially African Americans, but the youth in general, it affects all of us, especially those who are Christians in the body of Christ. Suicide and depression, so real. So real. If you would look in the description below, there is a number you can call. If you are dealing with depression or suicidal thoughts or suicidal actions like cutting or taking meds and stuff and all this other stuff, call that number and get the help that you need. Before I say anything else, if you are struggling right now, call the number or talk to somebody you trust. Please, before it gets worse. Don't sit and say, I can handle it. No, you can't. Because if you're willing to take your life, obviously it's something that you cannot handle. Pray, go to God first because, now if you don't believe in God, then hey, that's you. I ain't mad with you. You got your belief and I got mine. But those of you that know the Lord, like, pray, get before God, ask him to move these emotions, these feelings from you, and get some help because it's needed. Okay, now we got Devon here, and Devon is going to give her testimony. Take how long you going to take, because I know your time is precious, so I was going to let you go first.
Yes. Thank you. First of all, thank y'all for having me. I'm really excited to be on the show today. My name is Devon Douglas, chef extraordinaire. I'm a St. Louis native, but I grew up all over the country and just graduated from law school last year and doing a lot of really awesome things. And God is doing some awesome things in my life. So, yes. So that's a little bit about me. So as far as my testimony is concerned regarding suicide and depression, when I was 13 years old, I was in 8th grade. I lived in Nashville, Tennessee, and my mother was about to move, and my grandmother said, well, we don't want you to live in a big city with the girls, and you're going to have this new job, and you're not going to know how to navigate, and there's not going to be any family there, so we'll take the girls on, meaning my grandmother and my grandfather. So my sister and I moved in with my grandparents. And my little cousin also moved in with her, so there was 3 girls in the house. And it was a struggle from Jump Street because I was raised by my mother, and she just raised us to have opinions about things and to talk. And my grandmother, of course, being a grandmother, she old, and old people have their opinions about stuff, and she just wasn't having it. She wasn't having any opinions. So I think we received something beyond spankings. Thrashings, beatings, I don't know what you want to call it, but there was a lot of physical abuse in my life when I was a kid, living with her that year. Also at school, there was some really intense bullying. I recall one occasion, I was trying to be on the track and field team, not running. I wasn't running nowhere, but I was trying to throw shot put and distance.
Shot put. You better throw that shot put.
Girl, I was throwing it across the field and whatnot. But anyway, I was trying to be on the team, and I was a good prospect for the team that year. But there was this girl on the team who just really didn't like me. and I would give her compliments. Her name was Delilah. And I used to
Oh,
compliment her because that was just, in my nature. I've always, believed to have the gift of exhortation. I was always about lifting people up and whether they liked me or not. And one day on the activity bus on the way home, she and a few other people just decided we're gonna get her out of here. Like the way y'all said on Twitter, like get somebody out of there. They were trying to get me out of there for real. So they had like put snow in their backpacks. I don't know how they did it, but they were throwing snow at me on the bus, throwing bottles at me. Just didn't want me to be there. Were making fun of me, talking really bad about me. And there were some other things that were going on in my life. Feelings of abandonment by my mother not keeping us for that year, my father not being in my life that year. And I was just really depressed. And so I remember, coming home that day and coming home and crying in front of my grandmother. And she was like, nobody wants to hear your tears, get out of my face. And so I just got in the bathtub and I left my clothes on and I was just like, okay, this is it. I'm going to end my life this time. Because early in the school year, I had another issue where I was feeling suicidal. And my grandmother was just like, look, you can either go to this youth event at church or you can be committed today. Take your pick. Because she felt like I was wasting her time. Whew. And so it was just a really rough time. It was dark days for me. There were so many things that happened during that year. Between the beatings at home, the people at school trying to jump me. Luckily, I had my sister and my cousin there to help with the fights after school. But it just wore me down. I was not on any medication at the time because my grandmother told me, like, you got Jesus, you don't need meds. So it was really dark. It was really, really dark and a really difficult time for me. Literally dark because I was going to school so early in the morning and leaving so late during those winter months because I was being involved in so many school activities so I wouldn't have to be at home with my grandparents. There was a lot of talk about how fat I was, how I was bald-headed, how you think you're so smart. You talk like a white girl. You're this, you're that, like from all areas. People at church, people at home, people at school. So it was a rough time. So I was constantly considering committing suicide. But I remember my little sister and I, we had made a pact. And we said no matter how rough it gets, we're not going to kill ourselves. And so I didn't. Obviously, I'm here today. I shall not die, but live and proclaim the works of the Lord.
Yes.
Has definitely been one of my favorite scriptures and one of the things I say a lot because you have to be reminded when things get really bad. I was tweeting the other day about sexual assault and how that's affected my depression. So kind of bring it all home. I've had several bouts of depression. There are some people who, like it's a constant in their life, and for me it ebbs and it flows. When something really huge happens in my life that would be a traumatic event such as sexual assault, I was kidnapped and raped before when I was 16. Going through things I went through during high school, these were depressive events. And so during those times, my depression was really extreme, as would be expected. And I just really want people to understand that you can be a Christian and be depressed.
Yes.
The Bible even says we're oppressed but not crushed, persecuted but not abandoned, knocked down but not destroyed. I think so. You can be pressed. That's what depression is. The amazing thing about depression and being pressed is that when you're pressed, that means you're still pressing back. And I think that speaks volumes. Like you're not crushed. You're not gone completely. You're not destroyed. You're just being pressed. You're in a pressing place. And that's where I've been. And so I've had these bouts. And one of the things that I've really, really, really focused on and something that I would tell other people to do is to get in therapy.
Yes.
Depending on where you are, there's often free therapy. 12-step, there's like I know when I lived in St. Louis, people who were survivors of sexual assault, no matter when you were sexually assaulted. So you could have been molested as a child and be 40 years old, and you can still go to the YWCA and get free counseling. They actually also provide taxis to get you to and from the counseling if you don't have a vehicle or access to public transportation. And there are several things like this across the country. So I would seek those things out. Of course, some churches have counseling. I think you always have to be careful because, unfortunately, in the counseling profession, whether it's secular or it's through the church, you have people who like to play victim on you when you're at your lowest.
Yes.
You definitely have to be careful about that. Also, meds. I am a big supporter of meds. Dang, like Zoloft, some Prozac, like, man, ain't nothing like no Zoloft. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's good. There's nothing like Zoloft. And so I haven't been medicated my whole life. I haven't stayed on medication. When I work through some things, and then a little bit after I stay on the meds, I talk to my therapist about it. And then prayer. One of the things I talked about when I was assaulted in college was I was in gospel choir. Shout out to Missouri State. Go Bears. And when I was in the gospel choir, I remember it was like the end of practice, and we were talking about something, and somebody was like, Divine, I ain't seen you at church. And I just like yelled out like I was raped. Like what? I think I remember cussing. Like, what the F do you want from me? You know, like, God hates me and blah, blah, blah. And I was like just yelling and screaming, and just a real vitriolic response to the fact that I felt like God had left me and he had forgotten me, and that he had just treated me like Miss Seeley, and I was just gone, and didn't nobody love me. And just,
not Seeley.
Girl, I was feeling like Seeley in Act 2, honey. I didn't know I was going to do. Oh, it was a tough time. And the choir members got around me in a circle, and they started singing, and they started praying for me. And so when I hear people talk about, well, I left the church because church people are so yada, 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 and church people are so bad, and ain't nothing worse than church folk, I can't fully relate to that. Because in one of my lowest moments in my life, they lifted me up. They bore my burden. And in weeks after that, people would invite, like I was a sophomore in college, and so some of the older girls were like, I'd like you to spend the night over my house this weekend. I'd like to take you out to dinner. I'd like to take you shopping. We're going to do a spa day. And they just really were there for me. They were checking in on me. They were asking questions where questions needed to be asked. They were listening to me always, never making me feel like I was a bad person. Because the people who were involved in my sexual assault were prominent members of the Black community on our campus. And so to have people go against that and say, I don't care what thinks. I don't care what so-and-so thinks. I'm going to stand by her because she's my sister in Christ, and we're going to lift her up and help her through this. So I also want to say that just because something keeps happening in your life doesn't mean like you're bad, and you're like, we're all sinful, so we're all awful anyway. Like, we're not worthy of God. Yes, we're all unrighteous, like our righteousness like filthy rags at the Father's feet. Yes, but you're not like worse than like Devon or Elliot or Obama or whoever. You're not worse than them because you struggle with depression or anxiety or whatever the symptom is of your depression. You're not worse than other people if it keeps coming up. I know I felt that way. I was like, well, if I was a real Christian, then why do I keep dealing with depression? Like, if God really loved me, if I really love God, then why do I keep allowing these things to come into my life? And I've had to work through that. So I just want people to know that you're not alone in that feeling. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say, but keep hope alive. And
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my story, kind of like in a weird like word vomit way. But I just want people to know they're not alone, because you're not. There's so many people who people on the TL that I didn't even know, like with No Shame Day. People are tweeting about mental health issues, mental illness in the Black community. It's real, but God is real.
He
And
the realer. He the realer. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
He's realist, right? And His love covers all of that. His
Uh,
love covers my sexual assault. His love covers depression. Um, his love covers anxiety. And if he can do it for me, he can do it for you. There's no reason why you can't be healed of depression. There's no reason why you can't be healed of anxiety. Just wait on the Lord. He'll renew your strength.
quick question. I had a couple questions that popped up for you.
Yeah.
The first question is, do you still feel, and you probably said this, and it probably just I didn't resonate in my head, but do you still find yourself dealing with depression currently? That's the first question. The second question is, when it comes to depression, because I know somebody who's dealing with depression too, when it comes to that one, or I guess even not just depression, but mental illness or anything, what do you tell somebody who is close to you, or who has a close friend who's dealing with it, who doesn't necessarily deal with it? What do you tell them how to love on them, or how to deal with the friend that's dealing with depression?
So one of the biggest things first, question number one, I'm not currently dealing with depression. For me, my depression shows up in different ways. It doesn't mean that I'm just sad and I'm crying. I'm going to be real frank right here. My depression, I struggle with like cleaning up after myself. I struggle with like acting out sexually when I'm depressed. I can be really unorganized and frazzled and all over the place when I'm deep in depression. And I don't have that right now. I'm in a place where I'm being loved. I'm in a place where I'm being discipled. I still have things where I make mistakes or whatever, but I'm not struggling with my depression right now. I've got things managed very well, I would say. Thank God, thank the Holy Spirit. Whew. And so that's question number one. Number two, things you can say. First off is the person better than I know them, because I don't even know who you're talking about. So you already know how to love them when they're not depressed, if that makes any sense. Like when they're not showing the symptoms of depression, you know how to love them. But one of the biggest things would be to listen. People, when I was going through, I'm thinking of when I was kidnapped, right after I had been kidnapped. One of the things people were trying to do was trying to force me to experience that trauma the way they wanted me to experience it. And if you need to let the person, whoever they are, experience their experience the way they're experiencing it. You can't say to somebody, well, your dad died, so you know what you need to do. You need to go visit the gravesite once a week and bring flowers, and then you'll work through it. Like, that's not my experience. So how do you know that that's how I'm going to be able to work through it? I may need to, I may need to go to a theme park once a week because my dad used to take me to theme parks when I was a kid. Or I need to stay away from theme parks because my dad uses, whatever. For each person is different. So I would say talk to them. And I think as Christians, we forget the power of prayer. We really do. We don't bring it up enough. We don't talk about it enough, about prayer and fasting and how awesome God is and how he can work through our, standing in the gap. And so I think that's something we really need to do, is to stand in the gap for those who can't do it for themselves, because sometimes you can't. Sometimes the burden is just so strong on you that you can't figure out how to do it yourself. And for people who don't have depression or who don't have these mental health issues, it can sometimes be difficult to get that. But there are times when you're writing a paper and you're like, I just don't get it. And if I don't get some help from somebody, I'm gonna fail this class and I don't know what to do. It's the same thing with depression, except it's all encompassing and it's every area of your life. So I would just say, be the shoulder to lean on. Pray for that person. Pray without ceasing. For the people in your life who are struggling with depression, and love them as a verb. Like, love is patient. is kind, doesn't envy, doesn't boast. So somebody's like, oh, my dad died, I'm really sad. Don't be like, well, my dad's still alive. So I don't know what to tell you. Like, that doesn't make sense. Some of this is like intuitive. Makes sense to like not.
Right.
Right. So that's what I can say.
Good stuff.
Any questions for, and if y'all have any questions for Devon, you can leave your questions under the hashtag as well. And I'm going to look under the video too. Nakia, you got any questions for her or anything? This is also another topic, y'all, that Nakia came up with. The Lord is using Nakia in this season, ain't
You're like 5 for 5, right?
he? She came up with a good bit. Mine was kind of, well, we talked about mine last week, but whatever. What made you come up with this one, Nakia? Like, if you don't mind sharing, like, what made you say?
Nothing.
Oh, nothing.
You know, I just figured loneliness and depression sometimes goes hand in hand, you know, along with anxiety. Sorry I sound all nasally. I am a little under the weather, so don't mind my voice. But
Devil free. I thought God freed you. Thought the devil didn't have you.
he didn't. He don't. I'm just saying, this is the after effects.
I feel you.
Okay, so get
Let
your
it go.
mind right, because I'm healed.
Oh,
Right? Yes.
oh.
Better claim.
Okay.
I'm walking in my healing. But I hate you so much.
Right now.
No, but sometimes I think people make depression seem as though it's like your fault, or you're depressed because of some sin you may have committed, or you know some I don't know, BS, so to say. But you know,
Exactly.
depression is not something like you cause upon yourself. Like Devon said, sometimes, you know, depression can be a long stint for some people. Some people, depression comes in bouts. And like she said, all symptoms are not the same. So when you go to look at the symptoms of somebody, or symptoms or signs of depression, most of the time that's not true, because when people are depressed, sometimes they are trying to hide that. So through their pain, they'll push through and they'll smile and they'll be happy, go lucky, but deep inside they're hurting. And like Devon said, if you come across someone that is struggling with depression, the best thing you can do is be a listening ear and provide prayer for them. Sometimes, you know, we forget, like she said, to reiterate, sometimes we forget how potent intercession is as children of the Most High. You know, even Jesus intercedes on our behalf. So what would we do if we don't have other people interceding on our behalf? Sometimes we can't go into intercession for ourselves, you know. So you do need to find somebody who can pray you through. You know, if you're a person of faith, you know how important that is. But sometimes depression will knock you off your feet and be like, you know, this God you serve isn't real. But he is indeed. And like Devon said, he covers a multitude of things. So if you're depressed, just go to him and talk to him, and don't try to like fight him off like he doesn't care about you, because he does care about you. He has always cared about you, and he always will care about you.
I think an example of that is often like David and even the sons of Korah in the Psalms.
Right.
Because they're crying out on several, like, how long, Lord? Like, that's not a joyful thing. That's sadness. You can hear it. Like, you can almost like hear his cries, David's cries, in the Psalms. Like, how long is this going to go on? Or have you forgot me, God? Or do you still see me? And so if David can do it, a man after God's own heart, you can do it too. You can cry out. You can cry out to God and be like, really? Like, for real, God? Like, you don't.
Right. I think sometimes I think sometimes as a body of believers, we have come to this conclusion of where we have to go to God with these flowery prayers like, oh, Father God, I come to you right now. You know, no, sometimes you have to go before God and be like, yo, listen to me, I'm hurting. I need you to do something. I need you to move rapidly on my behalf. You know, even to go back to what you were saying about the Psalms, David even mentioned in there, yo, I feel like you have forgotten about me unto death. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on? Fix this,
Right.
because I can't do this by myself. And even if you're not, dealing with depression, sometimes different struggles can make you feel alone in Christ, like He's not there pushing you or riding for you. But you have to have enough faith where you press forward in Him, knowing that He is able to come to your rescue at any given time. And sometimes things we go through is sharpening our faith in Him. Sometimes
Right.
we have to learn to become dependent solely on Christ, because a lot of us don't do that. A lot of us look to our neighbor to become, dependent upon, but sometimes you have to know God for
Your neighbor got
yourself.
their own mess. Yep.
Right, because your neighbor is not always going to be there. God forbid, but that's where we have to lean on the solid rock,
Right.
because He is our foundation.
Right.
Yep.
Um, I appreciate Dee for her testimony. I too went through a period of, I don't like to call it depression, but call a spade a spade. I was at a very, very low point in my childhood. Well, not really childhood, like my preteen stage. Everybody go through that awkward stage between 11 and 14. You growing up, puberty is never good to you.
Right.
So I went through low self-esteem during those ages of my life. I had dermatitis and I had eczema real bad. So like I had dry skin patches. Like I would hide it well because some of the clothes that I wore. But I was on medicine. I was on a lot of medicine for my skin, for my hair. My hair would fall out. So, that affected me too. I was wearing my hair in certain styles to try to hide it because I didn't want it to be obvious. And then because children are cruel.
Yes.
So I'd really get picked on if people had known that. I was a skinny church girl with glasses, wore my hair in ponytails, never wore pants, wore long skirts to school and stuff. So I was picked on. I was teased, and it bothered me because, like we said last week with the loneliness topic, I don't care who you are. You want to belong in some shape or form. Don't sit here and act like I'm a movement by myself. I'm self-made. Da 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 da. No new friends. I don't need no friends. I don't need nobody. You don't live to yourself and you don't die to yourself. You need people in this world. You don't need people to live, but then in order to make it, well, yeah, you need people to live as far as like working and getting along in the community and stuff like that. But like you're not gonna die, so to speak, because of people and their opinions and whatnot, whatever. So, I went through that, and as I got older, I started praying and asking God, like, expand my horizons when it comes to me, like, show me the depths of me, like not just my physical appearance, but my personality and the way I treat people and the way I act with people. Show me the beauty that lies in me so I'll be able to love myself. Help me to love myself the way you love me. And ever since then, I have my insecure moments, but I'm thankful that I don't struggle with that. I would relapse every now and then, especially after a breakup, when the dude like cheat on me and the girl be real fine, and I'd be like, oh my God, like she made me feel so bad about myself. But other than that, like I really don't struggle with that anymore. And to those who are suffering from depression because of self-esteem, like, listen, if everybody in the world was to look the same, this world would be a very, very boring place. God made you in His image and His likeness. And David said that he was going to praise the Lord because He's fearfully and wonderfully made, even in the mess that He made, even in the things that He went through and the things that He did. Like, David found his confidence in God. David encouraged himself when he was going to war. And, he didn't feel confident in the things that he was facing, but David encouraged himself in the middle of adversity. So you can encourage yourself not just your looks, but if you don't think you're smart enough, you don't think you're athletic enough to, we're watching YouTube. If you don't think
If you're hearing
you're,
stuff,
huh?
you might be hearing stuff.
No, it was
I heard
echoing.
an echo.
Yeah, it was echoing. It's not
But
anymore
yeah,
though.
yeah, not no more. If you don't feel you have what it takes to get that job, like, make up in your mind that you serve a big God, and like, listen, if he bring you to a situation, it's for a reason. So don't sit and beat yourself up about things that you cannot control. If you don't, and even the things if you don't like something about yourself, change it. If you feel you're too overweight, then do what you can to lose some weight to get that confidence. If you don't feel you can't, if you feel you can't dress, or you don't have the personality that it takes to get that girl or get that guy you've been peeping for a while, talk to somebody and get some pointers. Like, do what you can to build yourself up. You can't sit and find your security in other people. And I think that was my issue. I was finding security in others when their opinion wasn't worth 2 cents. You have to find your security in God. And like I say, ever since then, I didn't struggle with that as bad as I used to. Now, the real depression came in when I graduated college. Now, I can't speak for nobody else, but graduating college was scarier for me than it was graduating high school, going to college in a new atmosphere. I was sure where I was going. I was sure what I was going to do. But my senior year, it's like everything I planned fell apart. Like, I wanted to go to grad school. I didn't get in. I applied twice and didn't get in. First time, they had like 2 or 3 deadlines, and I got the deadlines mixed up, didn't get in. And then the other time, my GRE scores were not high enough. And then on top of that, I was trying to get a job. I'm a mass comm major. I was trying to get a job in broadcasting. And me and this professor, we didn't really get along that well. I ended up graduating by the skin of my teeth because he almost failed me.
Oh my God.
But thanks to the good Lord, I graduated. Um,
Been there.
What he didn't tell me was I had a DVD out in the mass communications arena. You don't have just paper resumes. They want a resume tape, a DVD, something that they can see and put you in front of the camera. Like, how do you act in front of the camera? What kind of news do you bring? Whatever, whatever. So I had a DVD I was going to use for my final exam. Well, what he didn't tell me was some way, somehow, the DVD got messed up. I didn't finalize everything or something like that. I was sending my DVD off to news stations and wondering why I wasn't getting a job until I sat down with those of y'all from South Carolina. Y'all know Curtis Wilson. I went to him in Columbia and sat down and talked to him. And he was like, well, let's see what you're working with. Let's see your tape. Let me see who I can talk to get you a job. Da, 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 da. So I'm excited, like, he about to see me. The DVD had nothing on it. And yeah, I was embarrassed, like sitting there like all this time I wasn't getting a job. My DVD is destroyed. He never told me. He could have called me up and said, listen, well, you need to do this project over. You need to think of something. And it was just there. And I'm sitting there embarrassed. Luckily, I had a YouTube video of me broadcasting on FMU's campus one time. But anyway, besides that, I wasn't getting a job in my field. I was applying to simple jobs. I applied for a job at Sykes. I didn't get on that Sykes. I wasn't getting no job. Like, I was working at Huddle House with a bachelor's degree, making $2.50 an hour. And I'm looking at my other friends. They're going to grad school. Those that are still in school, they're making the dean's list. They're getting their dream jobs. They're moving. They got their own place. And I'm coming back home to Bishopville to live with my parents, waiting tables with a bachelor's degree. My car, well, I didn't have a car at first. No, I didn't have a car that time. And like, I was going through relationship problems. And it just really put me in a funk. Like, whenever you're going through something in your life, don't ever compare your life to others, because that is the main trigger to depression. And that was my issue. I was looking like, well, this person getting married, this person doing this and doing that, and I'm just here like, well, what's wrong with me? What am I not doing right? Like, where am I going wrong? Everything I put my hand on, I fail. Like I just felt like a failure. I was at the bottom of the barrel, and then spiritually, my spiritual life I was just a mess all around, physically, mentally, spiritually. I was losing weight because I was just upset and stressed out all the time because I was not where I wanted to be in life, and it just really pissed me off because I was like, well, Lord, what you doing? Like, I don't get this. What did I do wrong? I was blaming myself, blaming myself, blaming myself. But another thing that I learned in my fight with depression, don't compare your life to others, and don't ever blame yourself when you're going through things. Trust God's timing. I thank the Lord for the position that I'm in now. I got a better job, making way more money than what I was making at Huddle House. It's somewhat in my field. I got in grad school. I'm graduating in December. That is the Lord's doing because I didn't even have the GPA to get there, but favor got me there. I got a car now, and I'm still living with my mama now, but, we doing all right. But I had to realize all that stuff I went through, I had to trust God and stop blaming myself. So if you're going through a low period where you feel you're not where you want to be in life, people coming at you with a lot of pressure because they feel you need to be here, but they don't understand your struggle, where you're going through when it comes to school, when it comes to your job, when it comes to your bills, your relationships and stuff. Take it to the Lord, leave it there. Don't feed into that pressure because it will weigh you down. Nobody can live your life for you but you. They don't know what's going on in your life every day. So don't sit and follow up with what everybody got to say about your life. You got to live it for yourself, and you know what you're going through. And I'm just grateful. I would have the thought of suicide, but I never entertained it to a point wherein I wanted to act on it because honestly, I really didn't know what to do as far as like taking my own self out. But the thoughts would come to my mind. But I thank God for fasting and prayer. I overcame it. I'm better now, and yeah,
Praise the
that's all
Lord.
I got to say. Hold on, let me see these hairs. Who is
Thank
this?
God good.
Oh, Devon had to leave because she's packing and whatnot.
Yes,
Um,
shout out to her for coming on.
yeah, shout out to Devon. That testimony was really, really, really powerful. One thing I liked about what she said was counseling. When she was talking to her grandmother and her grandmother was telling her to go to church. That's a stigma with us as African Americans, I guess, because back in the day, grandmama now and aunts and uncles, they went to church to solve their problems, so they don't know nothing about counseling. And even now, some people still find it odd that black people go to counseling. But y'all, if you have to go to counseling, go. Your insurance and, like she said, the free counseling is there. Take advantage of counseling. And if you're past the counsel, that's cool too. But I think a lot of people are also afraid of counseling because they're afraid of their business getting out because some people just talk too much
Yes.
and they don't want to hear their business in the street. But it's available to you. Solomon said in Ecclesiastes, "Why die before your time?" God got a plan for you, so don't sit here and take matters into your own hands and take yourself out before it's time for you to go. God promised us in the Word of God 70 with a reasonable strength of fourscore, which means 70 to 80 years. And if you go beyond that, then you just blessed. But God promised us the full life, so don't sit here and take matters in your own hands and feel you can take your life because that's not your job. That's all I gotta say though. Elliot, the kid.
I ain't never really dealt with depression. I've dealt with the low self-esteem and the feeling inadequate, and it'll put me in spurts where I just don't want to do anything. Uh, Even just recently, I felt like I just didn't care about anything anymore for about a good month. I was being really tired and everything like that. But other than that, I don't even know if that was really depression or anything like that. I think I was just going through some type of phase. Um, but yeah, never went through depression, suicidal thoughts. The only thing that I've ever thought about was running my car off the road, but I don't think that's really suicidal. I think I was just pissed off at a girl so much that I,
I hate you, Elliot, because I'm trying to take you seriously.
I wanted to see how she would feel if I was to run my car off the road.
You
Um,
know what?
But I'm just petty like that. I put myself in harm. And that goes back to a whole different story about me and finding affirmation in women that I try not to anymore. But other than that, yeah, man, everything good my way. I love the Lord. As long as my Jesus love me, that's all I really. I still don't care about a lot of stuff, though. I really don't. Like, just
You just anal. That's all that is.
yeah, that's just it.
I will say though, someone tweeted that I think that was Sydney. She said under the hashtag that the Christian remnant set apart is always going to be attacked as the devil tries to stop what God is trying to do. Okay, so everybody was saying how I be running from my calling and this and that. Well, I'm learning about myself spiritually, and I will say that one of the gifts that God has placed inside of me is the gift of intercession. I've been talking with some people, and my migraine headaches, I'm not sick. They're actually intercession pains
Mm.
because I was wondering why. I was wondering why I was having migraines for like the past. It's 2015. I was having migraines for the past year and a half. I was taking medicine. I was taking home remedies, and they don't work. And my daddy told me, he said, you need to start praying and reading your Bible. Well, I started praying, reading my Bible, and I started purchasing some books and realizing that a lot of what God had revealed to me, that it's some people that I should be standing in the gap and praying for. And yeah, and ever since I've been realizing that's one of my one of the gifts that I'm aware of that I possess. I've been having chest pains. I've been having back pains. I've been having headaches. I had a earache the other night that would not go away. I stayed up like an hour and a half praying the other night. Like, so yeah, a lot of things that we go through is for God to get the glory out of us. The devil see potential in you. The devil himself knows that you have potential. So why can't you even see it in yourself? And I'm reminded of the scripture. I think it was John chapter 9, when it was a man. He was blind from birth, and the disciples asked him, say, Master, well, what did he do? What did his parents do to cause him to be blind? And Jesus told him, say, well, he didn't do anything, and his parents didn't do anything, but this happened so that the works of God could be manifested. So there are some things you're going through, you may not understand it, but it's for God's glory. And that's why I say you got to trust God's timing. You got to trust him completely, because it's something that he's trying to bring out of you to bring the glory into your life. Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
kid, you rocking like you listening to music. You ain't paying me no attention. You not listening
I
to
was
my
not into I was not into you. I got sneezed though. It won't come out and it's aggravating me.
Oh, God. Okay, so y'all got any questions? It's 8:30. Let me see if I can see something under the video. If y'all got any questions or any comments or anything, leave it under the hashtag. I'm gonna read some of y'all stuff.
We gonna retweet y'all.
Yeah, that too.
Cause we ain't gonna say it on the air because it's 8:30.
It's the season finale. What was y'all favorite episode of this season, y'all? Which one was?
I don't know.
I don't know either. What do we talk
We,
about?
I need
I
to
don't
go
even
back.
can't remember
I
what we
need,
talked.
I need to go to my channel.
Let
Okay,
me see.
last week was loneliness. The other one was femininity. Is femininity dead? The other one was unstable Christians. The other was fighting temptation. The other was gender roles and relationships. Does God's grace run out? Oh, I had a weave in this one. Okay, inconsistent Christian. Q&A with the host, because the other one was church hurt. Jesus.
I think church hurt might have
Yeah,
been,
yeah.
yeah.
Age ain't nothing but a number. That was a funny one because Ashton was on that show. The other one is loyalty. The truth behind soul ties. Submission. Which one is this one? Oh, this is old, I believe. Wait a minute. Talking about Thursday. Okay, I think season 2 age ain't nothing but a number kicked off season 2.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is this 11? Oh, shoot, I don't know.
We
But
be low
yeah,
key coming to y'all with some fire though. Low key.
you be coming out with some fire, and I appreciate everybody who been watching all season, man, holding us down, even when
Yo,
we be lazy.
TDJ, so let me tell you something, dog. You're not about to see
Leave the
try
bitch
to steal our
alone.
thunder,
You thought.
bro. Trying to do a talk show talking about more than just spirituality. Please, you know good and well somebody leaked this information out to you, and now you trying to capitalize on it.
TDJs ain't worrying about us. I
He
wish.
need to be worried about us.
He need to be. Maybe he can
He needs to
pick
be.
it up.
Good and well, you ain't go to school for this. You weren't ordained for this.
Right. You right. This ain't your calling.
Stay in your
Stay in
lane.
your lane.
You don't want stay in your lane by buying expensive cars and whips and things like that. That's what you do. I ain't trying to throw
And
shade
hosting
at bro.
conferences.
And hosting and manpower and stuff like that. You do
Right.
that. You do that.
You stay over there.
That's you.
We got
Why
you.
y'all bothering the bishop like that?
Because he a
Hey.
trip. He a trip.
Right.
It's just ironic that now he wants to do this. But okay. No,
Bruh.
that all right, God gonna get you.
God is woo. Glory. I felt that thing.
So
He gonna-
stupid. Y'all crazy. Hold on, who's this mentioning me? Oh, my old roommate. Man, I'm trying to tell y'all, listen, those of y'all who are approaching your senior year of college, don't make the mistakes I made. Have your job secure before you graduate. Matter of fact, the
I'm
first
doing it
semester
right
of
now.
your senior year, start applying for jobs. Don't make the mistake that I made and was like, well, I'm gonna wait till I graduate and apply. And then I was looking around like, well, why everybody getting jobs and I'm at other house? I will admit, some of my sadness I contributed to myself because I was playing around thinking like, yo, I'm gonna have life down pat. I was sitting here talking about how I was gonna move and I ain't had no money. I ain't had no car. Applying for jobs all up in Charlotte and Atlanta, and they ain't got no money to do nothing. Like, I was just crazy, but it still had me in a low place, like for real, because it was just like I said, finding my way. It was different than it was the transition between high school and college. Like, I knew I was going to college, so I ain't had nothing to stress about. The only thing I'd be nervous about was my social life and making friends and stuff like that. I wasn't sweating that, but that transition between college and real life was scary. Like, yo, this is it. Like, this ain't no more school for me. I'm too old. Like, I can't sit up here and just be following up with any and everything no more. Like, I'm getting older, responsibilities. It could be time to pay bills after a while. As soon as I graduated, I got my first job, which was a temp job. And I thank the Lord for that job because it was good to me. That wasn't in my field, but it gave me some experience. So, I took it for what it was, and it was way better than Huddle House. Soon as I got that job, my mama started handing me a couple of bills. Said, you got a big girl job now. You can go ahead and handle some of these big girl bills. And I'm like,
You thought?
My parents tried that with me, and I said, I'll pass.
I'm trying to tell you, like, it's so real. And, like, even now, I'm looking and thinking towards the future. Like, homes and stuff, it's expensive.
Bro, let me tell you about
Like, I've been
like,
sitting here talking about how I wanted to move out, and then I'm looking like, maybe I don't know how good I got it. I mean,
getting
I eat all I want to. I pitch in, I help my parents. Now, they don't have to beg me to help them, but I think I got it pretty good. I ain't got to pay no mortgage. I ain't got to pay none of the I don't pay all the utility bills. I help out where I can, though. Eat as much as I want to. Sleep in my own little bed. They don't bother me as much. I mean, we family, we tap dance on one another's nerve, but I think I got it better than I thought I do.
No, you do. You do. Just stay right there. Don't
No,
rush it.
I ain't staying here all my life now. I do want my own space.
Just wait till you get a husband or something. Just don't
Well,
do
that's
that.
what I got to do, boy. Shoot, you thought.
I was like, for real though, because I would just be upset. Like, why am I not like everybody getting their own plate? Like, it's just like I say, don't start comparing your life to other people, because when some people get blessed, the first place they go to is Instagram. And I ain't gonna lie, I've been like that too. Instagram, Facebook. I'm seeing everybody posting pictures of keys, cars, engagement rings,
Mm.
uh, lease letters of them getting their own place, and I'm just like,
They
really?
degrees.
I'm low. Yeah, well, I posted a
Screw
picture of my
you. Screw you all.
I posted a picture of my degree. I bust my tail for that thing. You better post a picture of yours too.
Posted no picture about degrees. Screw you.
She lying. She gonna post that picture. I don't look like what I've been through.
All 10 years worth of struggle to get this degree.
Talk about 10 years. You
Girl,
stupid.
I would post that picture 2 or 3 times.
Jesus.
What is you talking?
I'm telling you.
I'ma post it when it come in the mail. I'ma post it when it get framed.
But yeah, like so those of y'all who like getting ready to head into your senior year of college, don't get discouraged. Do your jobs now. Apply for jobs. If you go into grad school, go ahead and study for your GRE. Now, Webster University online, you don't have to take a GRE.
Liberty either. I
Because
won't
my
go nowhere else.
GRE, that's another reason why I've been depressed and getting ready to drink. Because that GRE, I saw stuff on that test that I had not seen since 6th, 7th grade. I don't remember what I done yesterday, let alone over 10 years ago. So,
Did you not study that though? Did you not like get the book?
yeah, I had the book, but then like still looking at, I'm not good at math. I'm just telling you now. Now the English, I beast at English.
Me
Cause
too. That's why I'm a mass comm major.
yeah, now reading and writing ain't nothing. But that math, them equations and them fractions and all,
Yeah,
just
like
think about it.
shoot. When I got out of quantitative methods with that senior semester, after both of them F's, oh, who didn't jump for joy? Got me twisted. I had been in that class 3 times, and when I saw that C, and my mama talking, you could have did better. I could have, but I
Yes,
didn't.
ma'am. I did
So
do better because I had an F.
right, I did do better because I had a good F. Girl, you thought that C is mine. C's get degrees, okay?
For real, man, I'm trying to tell you, like, I graduated by the skin of my teeth. Do your best work, focus. And I mean, I'm not saying don't have fun and don't enjoy your last year of college, but your priorities need to change your senior year. Like, for real. You need to be focusing on jobs. And if you're planning on moving away, if you got a little job or if you got parents or uncles or somebody who being generous to supply you some dough, set some money aside. Be wise with your money, because, man, when you
Yeah.
graduate, that's it. Once you turn that tassel, you done for a bit, baby. You got to face this world. And this world
Listen.
ain't no joke. Applying for jobs is not going to be easy. You're going to hear more no's than you hear yes. When I couldn't even get on that Sykes, y'all. Sykes.
What is that?
A call center. I couldn't get the call center
Oh.
job.
That's
I said,
tough, Audrey.
well, what is wrong?
Yeah. Cause that's what I think I'm finna do as soon as I graduate. Screw this mass comm life. I'm not about it. Y'all can
You gonna
have
get
it.
you a Bob and work at a call center and drive an auto?
It sure is. Now I'm not gonna have no Altima. I'm gonna have a Honda, but okay. And just hope I don't end up being somebody baby mama.
You know they say them girls that work at the call center, they have them a bob with the bang over their eye, and they drive
Listen,
an awesome.
we gonna be Jody and Yvette in this thing.
Oh
Dang.
my gosh, man! I'm trying to tell y'all, don't take the big. I will admit, I contributed to my own sadness with that, but then it was still a lot of things that I wasn't understanding. Like, I'm like, okay, the Lord say, asking it shall be given. Faith without works is. I'm relaying all the scriptures in my head, and I could not catch a break. Like, well, what am I doing wrong? But I just had to put myself in position to trust the Lord and give Him my complete trust. But y'all college
Yeah.
seniors, y'all rising seniors, y'all better take my advice. Don't do what I did, because I probably would have been in better shape had I made better decisions concerning that.
Right, and take advantage of those job fairs, because I know at Winthrop we have at least like one or two every semester that I've never gone to, but I know plenty of friends that have landed wonderful jobs like coming straight out of school that have even offered, relocation fees and stuff. So
Yeah.
take advantage of those job fairs, because that could be where your blessing is. And take
And
advantage
also,
of your professors. Like, your professors, talk to your what you call them? Not guidance counselors. Your advisors. Talk to
Advisors.
your advisors, cause they be knowing, they be having hookups. Like, my advisor, he is so precious to me. Like, he really think he my friend, but we not. But bless his
You just
heart.
trying to get to where you need to be.
I mean, well, we are friends. I ain't even gonna do Frederick like that. That's my friend. That's my homie. But yeah, he has like some good connects. So listen, it's all about networking, especially in mass comm. It's like your network is connected to your net worth. So make sure you network.
All right. Any
so,
last words
so
before the season?
Yeah, Elliot want to say something.
Oh, I'm
yeah.
sorry.
um, So, so Pete, if you got a chance, listen. When after I graduated, before my aunt passed away, she told me, Elliot, leave this place. Leave. Go. She said go abroad, but the lady she bless her heart, rest in peace, Auntie. She ain't know what go abroad meant at the time. She thought it meant just me going to a different state and moving from my comfort zone. But yeah, if you got that chance to leave, man, do it. Like to the right place. You know what I'm saying? So since I went to school for marketing, ain't too many marketing jobs in Raleigh, so I should have been trying to go to like one of those bigger states. I mean, bigger cities because that's where all the money's at. But I ain't take advantage of that opportunity because I wanted to be in Raleigh. I was kind of scared to go. Don't be afraid to fly, yo. Even though that's kind of corny, but anyway, don't be afraid to spread your wings, man. Just do it, yo. For real.
Right, you're young, and especially if you don't have
Yeah.
no kids. Oh my God,
Right.
you footloose
Got no
and fancy
kids?
free.
You ain't got no wife or no husband. You better you better dip. Especially
Shoot.
and don't stay back for no good boyfriend.
Right,
Like
right.
then
Don't
don't
put
be
Hello.
your life on hold for no relationship. Either they gonna support you or they not.
right. You know what I'm saying?
Simple as that.
Hello. Better
That's
get your
that's all
life
I
and
gotta
keep
say.
it.
Don't let your family hold you back either, because family they be like, nah, you can't go nowhere. I'm like, yeah, I can. What the heck? But,
Right, I'm a grown adult. You can't tell me what I can't do.
right.
You thought.
Yeah, you.
My
My
family's
parents.
supportive though. My family's like, get out of here. Don't come back. Soon as you get your degree, go away.
Where
And I'm
you gonna go
like,
to? You saying the DMV, right?
yeah, I really want to get to like Virginia, or like I really want to get to DC, but I don't have the funds for DC right now, so I'm gonna have to live on the outskirts and just travel to the city, on the weekends or something. But yeah, I'm really trying to get to the DM. I mean, like, I've thought about Texas. I've really thought about Texas. I have a best friend who's moving out there today, actually. So who knows? I might be in Texas somewhere, or I might be in Florida. I don't know. Wherever the bread is, that's where I'm going.
I agree with that. Um, that's all y'all gotta say. Any announcements? Royal Manhood coming next week.
We got 2 more episodes next week, and then the last Wednesday of the month. I decided to change it up a little bit and do it on Wednesdays, so we can call it Royal Wednesdays because that just sounded cool. So yeah, next Wednesday, Royal Wednesday, we're talking about manhood in the church. I'm gonna try to get a couple more brothers up there because Ashton, he got to work. Uh, so uh, we'll be back, yeah, that time, and then I don't know when season 2 will premiere, but it's time for Elliot to get some rest and refocus because I feel drained, and I'm pouring out so much to you guys. So it's time for me to do me for a change. Love y'all though.
Nakia, any
Yes.
last words before we wrap up this season?
No, you guys have, a good rest of your summer. Be safe. Um, be cautious. Stay alert. Um, you take yourself on vacation. Go to the beach or something. Do something fun. Even if you can't go to the beach, go to the lake or the river or something. I don't know. Do something that you find relaxing. Treat yourself. It's the summertime. Get rid of the stress. Give
Well, I
yourself a
can't.
break.
I can't. I got grad school,
I'm sorry to hear that.
unfortunately.
So, yeah, treat yourself. It's the summer. Love on yourself a bit. And, we will see you guys when we return, and hopefully we'll be rejuvenated and be able to pour more into you guys.
And glowed up.
Yeah, and glowed up, hopefully.
Glowing up.
Trying to glow up and get this job right quick, though.
Glowing
Well,
up.
I do want to thank y'all for a very, very, very successful season 2. We went on the deep end this season. We talked about a lot of deep things, from soul ties to church hurt to this to loneliness, submission, gender roles, everything else in between. I do thank y'all for challenging me. Thank Nakia and Elliot for challenging me and pushing me even when I didn't have enough sense to push myself. Seeing things in me that I did not see in myself. I appreciate y'all for that.
No
And
doubt.
I appreciate the influence, because now there are so many other people that want to do this because we stepped out on faith and decided to take our ideas and our thoughts to the masses. And I'm thankful for the power of influence, because we've influenced other people to step out and show them that, hey, you can do it. It's nothing. Ain't nothing to
Who?
it. A friend of mine actually want to do a show, a all male show.
An all male show.
Yeah,
Hold up.
he
Who's
actually
on my toes?
you actually inspired him, Elliot. So take it as a
Okay.
compliment.
All
See?
right, cool.
And he
We'll
likes
tell
Royal
him.
Manhood.
Oh, he watches it? Oh, wow, that's what's up.
Yeah, he likes Royal Manhood.
The
So
only,
yeah.
the only why I said that's what's up because I don't see any males engaging on Twitter all the time, so that's why they be sitting,
Oh no, I
they be
don't think y'all know
posting.
him. This guy's from South Carolina. I don't think you
Oh,
know him.
okay.
But yeah,
Cool, cool.
like what we're doing is influencing other people and it's helping other people. We get DMs all the time, messages from people who've been impacted by the show, and I'm grateful for that. This is fun. I'm not in my field as far as broadcasting, but this gives me enough training to
All right.
do it and still get myself out there. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for our fan base, and like I said, thanks for a great season. And season 3 will be bigger and better. And I will be asking for y'all ideas. Some people had DM me some topics. I think we touched on some of them though. I think they're new people who ain't really watched Talk About This. But we'll be taking some suggestions. Like some weeks we gonna have, like, y'all can pick the topic. We wanna see what y'all wanna talk about.
Right. We want to interact with you guys. You guys are not very interactive.
Y'all be busy on Thursday nights to be saying y'all.
Yeah,
Well,
we only get those couple people that tweet with us, but
Mhm.
maybe more people watch than they tweet or tell
Yeah,
us.
like
But
we be having 8 views when we live, but then I go back and check the video, 90 views. Well, when y'all watched it,
right.
okay. Like, why we
So
ain't got 90 when we was live?
yeah,
so,
man.
give us feedback and give us feedback on things, that we can change or we can enhance or, you know, we can do
Right.
better as a group. Let us know because we want to know. We are not opposed to constructive criticism.
Constructive
Right. Now, don't
criticism,
be
not
rude. Don't be
complaining.
nasty.
Complaining. No,
Keep it cute or keep it on mute.
that's all I'm saying.
But yeah,
So tell us.
everybody continue to live like royalty. That's just the royal movement. I keep pushing. I'm be pushing it for like the rest of my life, I think. But it is what it is,
Yeah.
man. Um, yeah, this it's been real. It's been fun. Oh, the season 2, I'm gonna shake some things up a bit on Royal Manhood TV, so y'all look out for that. Um, got some ideas in the works, and yeah, uh, I love these two. They need to find a dude though.
You want to do it for a third season?
Yeah,
We're gonna see. We're gonna see if we can get you some help in season 3.
yeah, yeah. I love y'all, but I need another
You're
guy.
outnumbered often.
Yeah, very often. Sometimes it's 4 girls up here and one dude. I'm like, maybe this should have been a girls' night.
we gonna get it together. I'm writing some things down, trying to figure out where I can go, what the next move would be. But y'all keep us in prayer while we go for our future endeavors. We need the prayers of the righteous, the righteous, the
The
righteous.
ones that know God.
Y'all rude.
What Elliot said, what he said. God. But anyway, thank y'all. See y'all in season 3. God bless.
Yes, be blessed, stay blessed. Bye.